Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. Uh, you being here is an investment in this campaign and in believing in the future of our community. My name is Amira Haidar, and I have the honor of emceeing tonight. And we're here for a few reasons today. The first of those reasons is Abbas's birthday, and happy birthday. And I'm sorry for saying this. I'm going to leave the importance of that to Mama and Baba, but more importantly, we're here because we have an election to win. And campaigns are won by rooms that look like this. They're won by every conversation that you have with a neighbor. They're won by every conversation you have at a door, with every phone call, and with every individual that you're able to turn up as well. I'm going to give you all a little challenge through the night. I want you to not leave here the same way that you walked in. And what that means is don't leave here without making sure you have a lawn sign in front of your house. Don't leave here without signing up for a volunteer shift on election day. We have over 100 precincts to cover, so that means we need all hands on deck. And don't leave here without making a donation. I worked on my fair share of campaigns, and they need money to run. And any contribution is really valuable to any campaign. Uh, and I challenge you to these things because political power is not built on election day, but again, it's built in rooms just like this. Tonight isn't just a fundraiser or Abbas's birthday. It's a reminder that our community does not wait for someone else to create change, but instead we build it ourselves. Politics doesn't just happen. Thank you. Because politics doesn't just happen to us, we're supposed to shape it. And that's exactly what Abbas represents. We have a great program for you and a lot of speakers who are going to say some great things about Abbas. And before I pass it off to our first speaker, I just want to take a moment to honor some of the elected officials and dignitaries that are with us here tonight. Please hold your applause until the end because I have quite a list. I'd like to welcome and acknowledge Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, Wayne County Commissioner Sam Beydoun, Dearborn Heights Mayor Mo Beydoun, Dearborn Heights Councilman Hassan Ahmad, Magistrate Ali Hamoud, Consul General Ibrahim Sharara, Judge Miriam Bazi of the Michigan Court of Appeals. We have former County Commissioner El Hedus, former County Commissioner and former State Senator Ray Basham, former Melvindale Schools Trustee Jim Berry, Judge Tony Guerrero, Wayne County Deputy, Mesa Malebazi, Deputy Superintendent for the State of Michigan, Dearborn Heights City Councilman Bob Constant, Sharif Akil, Wayne State University Board of Governors Democratic nominee, and Amir Maklid, University of Michigan Regent Democratic nominee. We're going to kick the night off with everybody's favorite commissioner. Please help me in welcoming Wayne County Commissioner Sam Beydoun.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. First, let me just get something out of the way and just wish you the happiest birthday, Abbas. I wish you many more healthy years, full of happiness and much success, inshallah. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's wonderful to see so many friends, neighbors, community leaders, and supporters gathered here tonight. I am honored to join you this evening in support of Abbas Alawieh. I've had the opportunity to know Abbas. I know his dad very well. Where's his dad? Let's hear it for him. Abu Abbas is the heart of the campaign. I see how many doors he's knocking on. And one thing has always stood out to me about Abbas, his genuine commitment to serving others. He understands our communities because he comes from them. He knows the challenges families face every day, and he has dedicated his career to advocating for the people he represents. Public service is about listening, building relationships, and bringing people together to solve problems. Those are qualities that Abbas has consistently demonstrated, whether here at home or in Washington, D.C. Now we need those same qualities in Lansing. Our communities deserve leaders who will fight for better infrastructure, stronger neighborhoods, quality public services, and opportunities for every family to succeed. They deserve someone who will show up, listen, and work hard on their behalf. Looking around tonight, this room, it's very clear that Abbas has built an incredible coalition of support. He has earned the confidence of so many people, including endorsements from leaders such as Governor Gretchen Whitmer, my good friend, County Executive Mr. Warren Evans. I am proud to stand with him as one of his endorsers. Running a successful campaign takes an incredible amount of support from volunteers and family members to friends and donors. Your presence here tonight sends a strong message that you believe in the future of our communities and you are willing to invest in it. Please continue to support Abbas in every way you can, whether that's volunteering, talking to your neighbors, or making a donation to his campaign. Every effort makes a difference. Abbas, I wish you the very best on this journey, and I look forward to standing with you at the finish line and working with you when you get to Lansing. Thank you.
Our next speaker is somebody who's taking Dearborn Heights to the next level. You all know him, you all love him, and Dearborn Heights is so lucky to have him. Please help me in welcoming Dearborn Heights Mayor Mo Beydoun.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on, guys. Good afternoon. Let's give a great round of applause to our CEO, Warren Evans, who has done so much for the city of Dearborn Heights in these last 4 or 5 years. CEO, thank you so much. And Abbas, I got to tell you right now, getting that endorsement is amazing. Having Osama Sablani having your back, literally, is another great thing. So let's give a round of applause to Osama Sablani. Thinking about what I was going to say here as I was walking, because I forgot I was speaking, the good news is, Dearborn Heights has been facing so many challenges over the last 4 or 5 years, and this is the truth. We have not had many representation for us across the state. And just recently, we were made aware that there was no money coming to the city of Dearborn Heights in this year's state budget. And I right away picked up the phone, I contacted Abbas Alawieh, and I said, listen, I've given you my support, I'm gonna stand with you, I'm gonna go through the trenches with you. But it is important that when you come here and you ask for the support of the city of Dearborn Heights, you remember that you're gonna bring those resources and those fundings back to the city of Dearborn Heights. And without a doubt, I truly believe in my heart that Abbas Alawieh is going to bring back resources and funding to the city of Dearborn Heights. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying this as somebody because I love Abbas, but I am saying this that he has a duty. He has the duty that he has made promises to each and every single one of us. The same way that I have to report back to the public, you have to report back to the public. And the day that I look back and I feel that those resources and those fundings and that we don't have somebody fighting for us, I will be the first one to call him out. But I can tell you right now, because I know who his father is, and he's a great young man, and he's got a great brother-in-law, and he's got a great sister. I always, used to scream, Fatwa 2026. Today I'm screaming, Abbas Alawieh 2026. I'm so excited to be here. God bless you. Alaf Mabrok, and inshallah we're excited to see him in Lansing this November. Abbas Alawieh, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you to Mayor Mo Beydoun. I have the pleasure now of introducing our next speaker, who has been a tireless advocate for our community for decades. This is somebody that I admire very, very much, and please help me in welcoming founder and publisher of the Arab American News, Mr. Osama Sablani.
25 years ago, probably would have done it better. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, first of all, let me say to Abbas, happy birthday. But let me say one more thing. Who do you want it to win on August 4 for the state senate? Damn. Who? Well, okay, so we agree that this is what we wanted to do, right? Now, how do we do it? We don't do it by shouting. We do it by voting. And I can tell you right now, that everything that we do in this community is wonderful. But comes the election, we're only voting in primaries 15 to 20%. Now that is a very shameful thing for this community. We cannot accept this election 20%. Let me be very clear. We cannot accept 30%. And we cannot accept anything less than the best that we can do. 70 to 80% of our community go out and vote. There is no reason why we could not make this a history. There is a history here is being made. The first Arab American in the state Senate. Do you hear me? Now, when you go out and vote, you are not voting for Abbas Alawieh. You're voting for your future generation, for your sons and daughters. Because once we knock this door wide open, then it's open for everyone in our community to walk through. Now I know that people are lazy sometimes. I think we cannot be lazy this time. If you look at what's happening in the world, if you look what's happening in our country, the United States of America, or in our homeland, whether it's Yemen, whether it's Iraq, whether it's Lebanon, whether it's in Palestine, you would know that you have a responsibility not only to elect Abbas Alawieh, but to make a difference all the way to the White House. And we cannot be lazy about this. My brothers and sisters, this community is being watched nationwide. We are being talked about nationwide. I want you to know that one guy, who I'm not going to mention his name, John James, who's talking about us and calling us terrorists here in Dearborn. Now let's show John James, let us prove to John James that we are not only not terrorists, but we are the best American citizens that this country can have. And vote on August 4. Are we going to be able to do that? Are we going to be able to do that? All right, well, now I wanted to recognize one person because Mobile don't told me to do so. And that is Bob Constant. Still here? Is Bob Constant still here? Let me tell you why Bob Constant, before I introduce our next speaker. Bob Constant is a constant person who always stood with our community, and for that, we say to him constantly and always and all the time, thank you, Bob. And now there is another person that is always stood for our community. He's always done very great, the greatest job ever, that pulling Wayne County from on the brink of bankruptcy to a county that has lots to give. By the way, I just saw another person that we need to recognize. Is Al Abbas here? Al Abbas Farhad. He's not here? Vote for Al Abbas Farhad even if he's not here. So this man that I'm about to introduce is a rare friend for this community, and he is a rare leader in our county, for our county, and for our state, and for the United States. Please welcome to the podium our greatest friend, Warren C. Evans.
Good afternoon. It is wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be here because of the occasion that it is. I endorse Abbas because he's real. That really is a tangible asset. Everybody here meets people that are artificial, that are halfway there, and are real people every day. And we're all really trained deep down inside to be able to see that realness. From day one, that's the feeling I got when I talked to Abbas. He's real. He will represent the community. He's into politics because he wants to deliver service to people, not because he wants to be the big guy on the block. And that's tremendously important because we got enough of those people that want to be the big guy on the block and forget what they're in office to do or why they're there to do it. You know, you got to pick the right guy. And I got to tell you something about politics, and especially now more than ever. It's just all about collaboration. State legislators, state senators, county officials, city officials, we have to talk to each other and work at solving problems, or we're never going to get them solved because the money's not there. It's being spent on all kinds of dumb things at the federal level. We have to be able to collaborate to do things. Now, let me just say this. Abbas has an opponent, and I'm not going to mention the opponent's name, but the opponent's been a state representative from this area. Never met her in my life, never had a meeting with her for 5 minutes, never had an overture ever about sitting down and figuring out what are the problems in Wayne County. I don't know how you figure that out when you don't talk to the people who run it. Doesn't mean we got to agree about everything. It means we got to understand that if we're not collaborating and talking to each other about solutions, we're never going to get the solutions. And so I'm sitting there telling you, even before, obviously before being in office, Abbas and I have sat down and talked about real issues. Where are we both on issues? What can we partner to do? What do we want to see happen in the communities in Wayne County? And Dearborn and Dearborn Heights are a big part of Wayne County. We got 43 communities, but no more important than any others are Dearborn and Dearborn Heights. If we're going to make things better, we have to partner to make things better. If we never even meet each other, I don't know how that happens. So please think about that when you're assessing how much energy, I'm assuming everybody here is in support of Abbas. But how much energy you put into that, I think is something you got to think about. What do you get out of it if you put it in? Because I can tell you, as far as I'm concerned, the competition has never done anything that I could see tangible to be in support of Wayne County. I don't know how you never meet the county executive in 10 years, but you're in support of the county. Oh, maybe you guys are smarter than I am to figure out how that happens. I don't know how that happens. I know Abbas is someone that from day one will sit down and say, what are our common problems? What can you do, county? What can I do at the state level to make things happen and to make things work right? You know, I vote most of the time from my heart. And my heart is usually never wrong. I'm here, I can't vote because I'm not in the district, but if I was, I can tell you who I'd be voting for, and that would be Abbas Alawieh. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Before I introduce our next speaker, I just want to remind you that if you have not donated yet, we have QR codes strategically placed where you cannot miss them. So whether you look up at the screen or look ahead of you on your table, there are QR codes there. If you don't want to donate using your phone, we are accepting checks as well. Envelopes are placed on the table. And another action you can take is actually visiting Wahab and Lynn at that table. They're going to wave at you right now. And what they're doing is they have postcards there. Something that I love about Abbas's campaign is that there's a personal touch almost everywhere. And one of those things is those handwritten postcards. So if you raise your hand, one of our volunteers can actually bring you a postcard and you can help write that out for one of our future voters, hopefully. So if anybody wants to raise your hand, we can bring one to you, or you can visit the table afterwards. Now I will introduce our next speaker. So this is somebody who somehow manages to attend every ribbon cutting, every festival, every coffee shop in Dearborn, and still manage to run the city. But really, this is somebody who I truly look up to and someone who reignited my pride in Dearborn. Please help me in welcoming Mayor Abdullah Hamoud.
Good evening. If you can tell, I forgot that I was supposed to be here. Because today happens to be my wife's birthday. But she's out of town. So that happened last minute. So I'm so thankful to be with all of you. First and foremost, كل عام وأنتم بخير إن شاء الله عقبال ال 100 سنة and عقبال the highest offices in the world, starting with the state senate, Ya Rab. So how many of you, just by show of hands, how many of you have knocked doors for Abbas Alawieh? That is the problem that we have. We all want Abbas to succeed. We want Abbas to reach the state senate. But we have to be willing to volunteer, to put in the time, to put in the work to get him there. How many of you have called a family member or friend or sent a text message on behalf of Abbas? Show of hands. That's not enough. We're less than 30 days out from the election. And this election is going to be determined by each and every single vote that is cast. It's 2026. We're expecting a higher than average turnout, God willing. But if our voters who support Abbas Alawieh don't turn out, if the family members who lean on you to make educated decisions at the ballot box aren't reached out to, they're not going to come out and cast that ballot in support of who we believe will be the strongest fighter to succeed our current state senator, Sylvia Santana. So how many of you are committed to making that call? Show of hands. How many of you are committed to donating the biggest check you can? Show of hands. I see Mike Azame looking at me. We need a bigger check. I see Hassan Abdullah. We need a bigger check. I see the Dearborn Heights City Council President. We need 2 of your checks. That's what it takes in order for us to get elected officials in office who can advocate for the community. And the reason I support Abbas is because he's an organizer at heart. And if there's anything that we need is individuals who understand community grassroots activism, who are there for community members day in and day out, who hold press conferences to hold billion-dollar corporations accountable like DTE to make sure our power is not put out. And I know people are talking and dinner's coming up soon, God willing, they're hungry. But we need all of your support to make sure we get the best fighter that we can in Lansing advocating for our needs. So inshallah, with all your support, we can make sure Abbas Alawieh is the next state senator for our district.
Hi, everybody. We just want to make sure that we're respecting all of our speakers. So if we can settle down the talking just until we're done, and then you guys can chat all you want, I guess. So I'm going to introduce our next speaker. She currently represents this very state senate district in Lansing, and we're incredibly grateful that she's here tonight supporting, hopefully, our next state senator in Lansing. Please help me in giving a warm welcome to Senator Sylvia Santana.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Peace be unto you. It is an honor to be here as your current state senator. I will say that, we just finished a round robin budget, and of course, we are facing a lot of hurdles when it comes to our state budget, when it comes to Medicaid and other areas of the state. When I think about the fact that we are looking for our next state senator here in this district, one of the things that I looked for in a person is their resilience, their determination, and their ability to continue to reach out to me no matter what. And this guy right here, he gets 2 A's, not just for his name, but the fact that he actually was diligent about meeting with me, talking to me, finding out what the district needed, which I think is really important when we think about the state senate. There's only 38 state senators, and whoever holds that position not only has a lot of power, but they also had the ability to change the trajectory of our community. And so when I looked at the candidates that were actually running for this seat, I wanted to make sure that not only the person was representative of the district, but they also can go to Lansing and not have to crawl, walk, run in order to execute on the job day one. And that's really important. And I think it was said earlier, and I'm not discouraging or disparaging any other members of the House of Representatives, but we need people in the Senate who can start on day one and do the job necessary to continue to bring resources back to this community. And that's why I supported Abbas. Not just because he's from this community, but also because I know that no matter what, he's going to reach out. He's going to be resilient. He's going to communicate to not only myself for advice, but also to Warren Evans and others in this community to make sure that he can bring back those resources necessary to our community. And that's what matters most. And make sure that policies don't impact our community in an adverse way. And so I'm grateful to him for reaching out, but more importantly, making sure that he is going to do a great job in Lansing. Now, I will say I'm a critic of House members because I think that opportunity was missed on the political side. We are trying to get the majority in Lansing. And I believe that people are looking for titles instead of actually doing the work that's necessary to do the job. And being a state senator is just as important as being a representative. And so strategically, there was opportunities missed because people want the title of senator. They don't actually want to do the job necessary to get the job done. And so I think it's important to elect people who want to not only do the work of the community, but more importantly, they don't look for the credit when they do the job that's necessary. So service is something that we do, it's something that we are, but it's also something that matters most to this district. And when you do, like Osama said, have people looking at our district, how many of y'all are tired of during the political time frame in this country and in this community that we always have people coming to our district, not from here, but they're always bringing adversarial situations to our community. I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. Our community is one of the most peaceful, most familial communities. We give back to others. We love on others. We share our community with everyone. And to me, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of just the political rhetoric, we have to stand together. And this guy right here and his wife, God bless her, I've been on the other end of serving a public official. But I want to say to both of you that you are not only championing your community, but you are championing the entire state of Michigan. And that is important to not just only our district, but also the community as a whole. So thank you so much for being a servant first and foremost. But more importantly, I know you're going to do great and phenomenal things to change the world. God bless you. Thank you all. Support Abbas Alawieh. God bless.
Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. What a beautiful room. I wish you could be standing here looking out at the beauty that I get to look out at. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. I'm so grateful to each of the speakers here who have endorsed my campaign, who I've leaned on as I've been doing this project of running for state senate to represent every single person in Senate District 2 that includes Dearborn and Dearborn Heights and Allen Park and Melvindale and half of Taylor and part of Warrendale. We want to represent every single person in this community. And so I thank you, County Executive Evans. I thank you, County Commissioner Sam Beydoun. I thank both of our mayors, Mayor Hammoud and Mayor Beydoun. And a very, very special thank you to you, Senator Santana. Your service in the state Senate has improved the lives of everyday people here in Senate District 2 tangibly. So many of the programs that exist in our communities that our kids benefit from, that our seniors benefit from, are programs that you toiled over and negotiated harder than anybody else in this state, especially on behalf of things that have to do with people's health, people's education, and the fact that you are the person that I am hoping to succeed, to me, is an honor. So thank you for your service of our community.
We're going to do, I think, some cake in a moment, but I just have one message that I want to share. I've been wondering to myself, what is it about this campaign that has drawn so much support, and I feel blessed and I feel grateful, but has drawn so much support from my family, my immediate family, my wife, Amanda, who's putting up with way more than any one individual should have to. I'm so grateful to you, Amanda. Give a round of applause for Amanda, please. My mom and my dad, who have called probably every single person in this room insisting that you be here, my sister and her husband, my niece and my nephew, all of my extended family, and then folks who I've only met over the last 7 months of this campaign who are showing up for me in ways that I can hardly believe. I see Jim Barry out there. I see Ray Basham out there. Folks who have shown up and come to my campaign office repeatedly to write postcards, to make phone calls. I started this campaign with the idea that we need to build something greater than ourselves. And it feels like, I don't know if you feel it, but it feels like that's kind of what we're doing in this campaign. And I've been wondering to myself, how did I get so lucky that on day one, when I reached out to Executive Evans and he agreed to sit down with me and he became my first endorsement. And then one endorsement after another, the carpenters, the firefighters, the electricians, the service workers at our hotels. We've got union support. We've got grassroots organizational support. We've got Governor Gretchen Whitmer's support. As these things have been happening, I've been wondering to myself, why is this happening? Is there something going on here? Is there something special happening here? And I think I have the reason. I think I know the reason why the national politicians really care about what's happening here in Senate District 2 in Dearborn and Dearborn Heights and downriver. I think they think we have power. And that's interesting to me. That's interesting to me because my experience is in working at the highest levels of our government. And you want me to tell you what they say about us? They say we don't matter. They say those people don't vote. They say don't waste your time going there. Their voter rates are so low, it's not worth your time. But something has happened, and they think we have power. Do you believe we have power? If you believe we have power, I want you to say we have power. We have power. We have power. Let me tell you something about that power. Right now, the reason why the national groups, the reason why our governor has endorsed this campaign is because they believe that power is there. But what I know about that power is it's not in our hand yet. That power is in a safe. We've got to unlock it. That power, if there are any real estate agents going to sell us a house today, is in escrow, okay? That power is there. I am certain of it. But the way to unlock that safe, the way to access that money in that escrow account in this instance, is not only do we have to vote, but we have to adopt a politics that understands that our organizing has to go beyond the ballot box. That we have to vote, and by the time we vote, we have to have called our family members. We have to have knocked on our neighbors' doors. We have to have taken a lawn sign, taken some postcards. We have to have given to this campaign, because this is a campaign about building something greater than ourselves. And when we win on August 4th, I believe then at our victory party, which you're all invited to, we will stand up and say, we have the power. And so this campaign, to be clear, is about setting a new standard. It's about getting money out of politics. It's about working families first. That means we deliver on a care agenda that fights for universal health care for every single person in our state. That fights for universal child care, because child care is infrastructure, as necessary to us getting to work as the roads that we need fixed. And so when we win, and when we start in Lansing, and hopefully we'll have a trifecta in Lansing come January 2027, and we can deliver on our promises, I'm going to be hitting up every single contact that I have, starting with the county, starting with our cities, starting with the state, and bringing folks together to address the real needs that we have, the real opportunity that we have, to build on the progress of Governor Gretchen Whitmer, to continue fixing our roads and making sure that road safety is prioritized in this state. And very importantly, and I know this because my specific experience was that I was in the United States Capitol on January 6th. I know that a big part of what happened on January 6th of 2021 was an attack on our very democracy. And right now, what we are seeing is the expansion of ISIS presence all around our communities and tying it specifically to an anti-immigrant message. I'm proud to be a candidate who's standing up, who's saying, if you mess with anyone in this district, immigrant or not, you're gonna have to go through me first. And we know that a lot of this anti-immigrant rhetoric really is an attack on our very democracy, an attack on the right to vote. And so we're gonna fight like heck. We've got kids in the room to make sure to protect our democracy as a priority for this district. And so, yes, we're gonna fight for healthcare. Yes, we're gonna fight for childcare. Yes, we're gonna fight to ensure that our education system, which feels like it has been bleeding out resources, that we bring those resources into our public schools, that we stand with our teachers, our educators, our parents. All of those and more are what we're going to fight for. In order for us to unlock the opportunity to fight for that, I need you. I really need you. I mean, I'm so grateful to you for being here. Thank you for celebrating my 35th birthday, but I want your commitment. Are you going to help me? Are you going to help this campaign over the next 27 days? Knock some doors, or write some postcards, or make some phone calls, or volunteer with us on election day. If you're committed to that, I need to hear you say, we have the power. We have the power. The power is right there for us to grab. And what I want us to do is not to be shy about grabbing it, because when we grab that power, we wield it in fierce defense of every single working class person, every single person in our communities, and we owe our communities that. And so, as part of this campaign, I have to close with this. The volunteers who've already put so much of their time and effort, the fellows, you see a lot of these folks in blue shirts. I've got a team of fellows on my campaign, which means folks who are joining me on the doors. We've knocked, I won't say the exact number, but well over 15,000 doors so far, and we're on track to do a lot more than that. But we need your help. This campaign is about training the next generation of young political leaders. I'm proud that we're already starting to do that. That is how we unlock the power of this community. And I want us not to be shy about grabbing that power and wielding it in service of working people. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to my team. Thank you to our campaign manager, Layla Zaidi, who's done an incredible job. Thank you to every single person in this community who's shown up for me. It's my honor and privilege to introduce you to my favorite person in the world, my big sister, Fadwa Hamoud.
Amira wanted to introduce me,
Oh,
my
no.
little sister. Good evening, everyone. Let me just first start by saying, Abbas and I come, our family is a small family. It's Abbas and I. And I know we're celebrating his birthday today. Believe it or not, when he was born, he was actually a baby. Like, he didn't come out 6'7". But he outgrew me by the time he was 2. But even though we're a small family, every day we are reminded truly how big our family is. And not just because you are my family and our friends, but you care about this community. And this campaign has given me a front row seat to that. A couple weeks ago, I got to see a couple of door knockers who are Ava Noah, Hattie, and Anthony, can you stand up? From our youngest door knockers.
And Julia.
Oh, and Julia. Oh my goodness, and Julia. And Hattie. To our incredible fellows. Can all the fellows please wave? Those of you who work on the campaign, can you please stand up? Get up. Stand up. Stand up. All of our fellows. This truly has been a people power campaign. Because this campaign, from its essence, is about the people. I'll tell you, we missed a lot of birthdays with Abbas. Many of them. Because he was in Congress, in Washington, D.C., fighting on behalf of all of us. And we're glad he's bringing that fight home. And I am so happy I get to celebrate his birthday here today with all of you. So with that said, I know what Abbas wants most for his birthday is for you to get out and vote. Are you going to do that? I know what he wants for his birthday is for you to call at least 10 people, 20 people to take them out and vote. Are you going to do that? So many people are not registered to vote. Scan a QR code. Ask somebody on the campaign. But most of all, let's send a message. And I want to say something about Abbas's campaign that hasn't been mentioned. Abbas has an incredible ability to bring people together. The only campaign in the state that is endorsed by Bernie Sanders and by the governor of the state of Michigan, the top Democratic leader. Because that's the kind of unity that he brings together. And what he wants for his birthday is to represent this community through all of you. So with that said, can you help me sing him a happy birthday and cut the cake? Yeah! All right, Anna, pick us up. To you, happy birthday to you. Can I have my family come out too? Commissioner, come up. Come on. Happy birthday to you. Sana Elwa Yagami. Sana Elwa Yagami. Sana Elwa Ya Abbas. Sana Elwa Yagami.
One thing that if everyone can hear me, one thing that I would love more than anything for my birthday is a giant photo with all of you. So if you're willing to join us here on the stage and I'll get in my birthday photo, that's all I want for my birthday. And then call 10 of your friends and tell them about the August 4th event. So please join us. Come on up, come on up, come on up.
Birthday to Abbas. Happy birthday to you. Sana حلوة يا جميل. سنة حلوة